Hello everybody, welcome back to my Country Sparkles channel. Today I wanted to show you what it looks like when you let your garden go and you don't weed it and you don't really pick things when you're supposed to. This is definitely a garden failure. I just didn't give it the attention I needed, and now I have to find my produce in the weeds. It's not good, but here's a little look at it. Okay, here's my shame. Here's the beginning. Don't mind bushes and trees here. We haven't gotten in the ground yet all summer. We will do that this fall. Hopefully this will be okay. There's just weeds everywhere. These were peppers. This was our garlic patch we never, ever dug up. We might just leave it there and hopefully it grows next year. I'm gonna cut the weeds down. All of our weeds have flowered and they are to seed, and it's a mess. Nasty little seeds everywhere. My peppers have not done so great. More weeds everywhere. The rhubarb plant did amazing. That's its normal cycle. We've got tomatoes intermingled with all the beautiful weed seeds. More peppers over here. More tomatoes. We've got down here, those are carrots. They don't love it. We have a banana squash plant. That one's doing pretty good. That was a volunteer plant. I didn't even plant that. There's another one. I can use those. More peppers that just didn't do great. My peppers and tomatoes didn't really do great anyways, and so after July and them not doing so well, I was like, I don't really like this. I'm so busy. I have other things to do. These are radishes. They actually did really good. They're to seed, and you can eat radish pods. They are delicious. We learned this year. Yummy. My eggplants, it's cool. So they actually died, but we actually got my biggest eggplants to date this year, so that was exciting. Also, these are giant pumpkins, so that's awesome. We have some super giant pumpkins. We got a few zucchini back there. Plants are pretty much dead now amongst all the weeds. The weeds do not help plants grow. Very poor decision on my part to give up and let them go and do their own thing. But we've got a whole bunch of pumpkins in here, and so that's fun. We're gonna move the pumpkins next year. They just kind of take over. They're too big for this area. They even broke my watering system a couple weeks ago, well, like a month ago. And so that really didn't help the plants growing anyways during harvest season. So a whole bunch of things died right before we were able to harvest off of them. That's not so great. It's okay. It's a failure kind of mostly all around. It's okay. My ground here, oh, I got some mint there. Mint's doing great, of course. Got beets. Those are looking lovely. There aren't as many as there should have been. These are ground cherries. They are just starting to ripen up. I'm not sure that they'll be ready before winter comes in. I don't know why they took so long to grow this year. Just the kind of crazy weather. We planted mustard this year, so that way we could pick the mustard seeds out of the pods, and so we have to wait for the pods to dry. Those are actually doing really good. So those are drying. I did weed this area recently because I didn't want the weeds to totally take over the few plants that are growing well. We have beans here, and they did really good. I got quite a few batches from them and put it into our food storage, so our beans did really good. Cucumbers, I still have cucumber growing. This is part of the area where the water line broke, and so they haven't been watered for a little bit. So they're pretty much dead. Done with cucumbers. And then just the weeds, they don't care if they have water, apparently. They don't need water. Oh, lots of grass and thistly weeds over here. My chamomile's doing well. And I have some random sunflowers. Those are doing well. My basil is doing well in there. And my chives, even fighting with the weeds, they're doing pretty. Got some marigolds. And up here we have some loofah plants. They're actually doing really good this year. It's my third year planting them, and I'm finally actually getting loofahs. I'm so excited to dry those out and make sponges out of them. I planted some cucamelons for the first time this year. They didn't do so good. They were super little, but I'm hoping to try again next year. But these like hot weather, and so they are going to be done soon. But they are like going crazy putting off flowers. unfortunately I won't get as many loofahs as I would have liked, but I'm so glad that I got them to grow this year. And in here we've got our potato and our sweet potato and other potato and carrot box. The potatoes didn't really grow much, so that was disappointing. So same story, didn't weed. I also have carrots in here. Because they're competing with weeds, they're small. I'm gonna chop off all the tops of these weeds and give them a little bit more time to grow. They're cool, hardy plants. So even after it snows, I can still dig them after the first couple snows. So I'm not too worried about those. Got the saddest cabbage ever down there. Got some more tomatoes over on the side. Oh, these were peas. And because I picked them in July, it's October now, I didn't want just a ton of weeds like the rest of my garden to grow, so I put cardboard over it and it'll decompose, or I can pull it up next year, but it's just to prevent weeds from spreading any more than they already have. Got a little spaghetti squash down there. Woohoo! Got one of those for the year. Like I said, tomatoes. Oh, my sweet potatoes too got taken over. They were right here. They're gone. I haven't seen those for a while. Our pumpkin plants are doing well. Zucchini plant was here. Looks like it's gone for the year. I'm just kidding, that might be it. No, that's another pumpkin. Pumpkin. Got some mini pumpkins down there. I'm gonna have to go pumpkin hunting because they're everywhere in here. Yeah, another little one down there. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else was over here. I think this is pretty much all cucumbers. And I had a good amount of cucumbers I picked. Oh, there's a dill plant. I had a good amount of cucumbers I picked in July. So I'm not really disappointed that they didn't do any more. I wasn't overloaded with cucumbers, so that wasn't a sad thing for me. But yeah, that is most of the garden. It's not a good garden year. Mostly my fault. Kind of the weather, it kept freezing all the way up until the week that we plant, through the week that we normally plant. And so I held off for an extra week or two, I can't remember. And I think just holding off the extra week because our summer's so short, it just threw everything off and nothing really grew as good. And that was really unmotivating as I was weeding. And I'm like, my plants aren't growing, but I'm doing a ton of weeding. So there is our failed garden. One more look at it. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. If you enjoyed it, give this video a like and subscribe down below, and we will see you next time with more gardening tips of how not to do this to your garden. Thanks, you guys. Bye.